Ever feel like your arteries are in need of a serious spring cleaning, but you're stuck in the mystery of what's the best solution? Today we're cracking the code on the best meal for cleaning out your arteries. In this video, we'll unveil why allowing this chaos to continue can be hazardous to your health. Plaque, like an unwelcome guest, can put you at risk of heart attacks or strokes. But stay tuned, because by the end, I'm dishing out the meal you can take to bring peace to your arteries. Get ready for a culinary adventure that not only kicks out the troublemakers, but also guides you toward a heart-healthy path.
This is Metamorphic Fix.
While researching the microbiome and the arteries, I found out that a lot of the studies use germ-free mice because researchers utilize them for animal testing. Now, what exactly is this germ-free stuff? It's a method for raising an animal that prevents microorganisms from growing on or inside of it. Because they are essentially sterile animals, they can do several studies without having to consider the microbiome. You might be wondering, is it possible for an animal to exist without microbes? Right? The answer is yes, they can survive, but I don't think their chances of surviving are great. For starters, without the assistance of bacteria, they need a lot more foods high in nutrients to thrive. Their liver is smaller, their heart and lungs are undeveloped, and their growth is inhibited. They also have reduced cardiac output, which means their hearts perform less efficiently. They also have many gastrointestinal issues, a weaker intestinal lining, and a developing immune system. They even have atrophy of their lymph nodes, in addition to a multitude of inflammatory disorders. Other than that, though, they perform well. So, how does this connect to your arteries? Well, looking for a potential link between your arteries and this dysbiosis or absence of microbes, I found that the destruction of gut bacteria in germ-free mice produces widespread inflammation in the body, including the arteries. This inflammation sets off a series of events that result in plaque formation in the arteries. Some people still believe that our blood is sterile, that our blood contains no microorganisms, but this is not true. Our blood is not sterile. Your blood is home to microbes. In fact, pathogens exist within the plaque that clogs your arteries. You heard right, pathogens. I am referring to the harmful bacteria found inside that plaque, such as Staphylococcus, H. pylori, chlamydia, and much more. Just consider how many bacteria exist on our skin and in our stomachs. Why wouldn't they be present in all of our organs? According to this, an imbalance in our body's bacteria might cause a variety of issues with our arteries. The final piece of the puzzle that I want to discuss today concerns the arteries and the one extremely crucial nutrient that we must consume to maintain our health. As you can see, plaque causes inflammation, calcium buildup, and cholesterol plaques. Therefore, this vitamin has to prevent calcium from getting into the arteries. This vitamin, known as vitamin K2, is responsible for preventing calcium from building up in the arteries because it guides the calcium back into the bone. Furthermore, a vitamin K2 deficiency may cause the accumulation of calcium in the arteries. And guess what makes vitamin K2? Microbes. Vitamin K2 is produced in your intestines. It has the capacity to change leafy greens' vitamin K1 into vitamin K2. Fermented foods, particularly fatty fermented foods like fatty cheese, are packed full of vitamin K2, which is produced by the bacteria that live in the microorganisms that initiate the fermentation process. The higher the fat content of the cheese, the more vitamin K2 you'll obtain. Additionally, fatty foods include salmon, butter, and organ meats such as liver. You also have sauerkraut, which is high in vitamin K2, and yogurt. This is intriguing because traditional medicine recommends to steer clear of saturated fats and all these foods high in cholesterol that seem to include K2, which acts as an antidote to the buildup of calcium.
If you're enjoying this video so far, please support us by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. By doing this, you are helping us reach more people to share this amazing information with. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the video.
The coronary artery calcification test, or CAC test for short, is a fantastic test that you can perform and is among the greatest ways to detect heart failure. It's an inexpensive test, you can go get it done, and it'll actually give you a good notion of where you are on the stage of this condition. If you were to take vitamin K2 as a supplement, it would be more effective if combined with vitamin D3. Combining those would get the following ratio of 10,000 IU of vitamin D3 for every 100 micrograms of K2. You should also be aware that probiotics have atheroprotective properties. They safeguard you from plaque, calcium accumulation, and arterial stiffening. Your natural probiotics are the friendly bacteria in your body. The bacteria in your stomach can actually digest the fiber in your veggies and produce certain byproducts. One of these is called small-chain fatty acids, and it's essentially a kind of fat that helps control blood sugar and insulin levels, which can also help reduce arterial inflammation. Now, the purpose of this video is to examine your diet from the perspective of whether or not you are consuming sterile, germ-free foods. These germ-free foods I'm referring to is pasteurized food. Milk and juice have been pasteurized, and everything has been cooked to extend its shelf life. The meals we consume that are radiated, canned, and straight out of the package. Yes, to extend their shelf life, they employ radiation to kill bacteria. You would be surprised to see how many sterile foods are there if you simply walk to the grocery shop and browse the shelves. Furthermore, we heat our food to such an extent that we essentially destroy all of the bacteria. These days, we don't consume many raw foods. We also eat animals that were given antibiotics on top of that. It's important for you to understand that having dysbiosis is one of the major adverse consequences of antibiotics. Inflammation is just one of the many negative outcomes that result from eliminating microorganisms, because doing so also eliminates beneficial bacteria along with harmful ones. The bacteria that survive then develop resistance. When you consume raw foods, such as plants like microgreens that are produced in soil, or really healthy plants from your garden, you're also consuming a lot of microorganisms from those raw plants. Furthermore, they bear some resemblance to probiotics in fermented foods. In addition to providing an additional microbiota to supplement your natural microbiome, fermented veggies also provide you with easily digested, pre-digested food. This makes them an excellent source of these beneficial microorganisms. On top of that, you should consume those kinds of foods more frequently the worse your digestive system is. Now let us get back to our original topic and examine what kind of meal would be best for your arteries. The meal I'm about to discuss seems to go against conventional medical wisdom when it comes to this issue, since it includes the fattiest cheese, specifically brie, combined with liver, and, of course, sauerkraut. These two more ingredients most likely aren't. Nevertheless, consider what you get when you combine these three items. To start with, they are all rich in vitamin K2. Second, you're receiving something different. All three of these have undergone fermentation, which increases the amount of nutrients available in the meal by acting on the bacteria. Because these foods are fermented and contain bacteria that you can employ in your own body, they are far more easily digested than sterile items. Consider how many items are truly sterile, pasteurized, and overly processed the next time you're at the grocery store. And start buying food that has undergone a fermentation procedure to make it more alive, fermented, and improved.
If you want to improve your health journey, the best place to start is your mindset. In a world consumed by the digital age, a timeless practice offers a sanctuary for our minds and bodies, and this practice is journaling. With just paper and pen, this simple act can yield remarkable health benefits, such as stress relief. Scribbling your thoughts onto paper releases the grip of stress and anxiety. Through expressive writing, we find mental clarity and calm in the midst of chaos. It also can be an immune boost. Journaling isn't only for the mind, it supports the body too. Studies show that this practice reduces stress hormones, bolstering our immune system's defenses. It is also a tool for personal growth. Your journal captures your journey. Flipping through its pages reveals your progress, resilience, and evolving mindset, inspiring you towards better health. Journaling is an easy practice with big rewards. Whether a novice or seasoned writer, journaling enriches well-being. Embrace vulnerability, dedicate a few moments daily, and witness its transformative impact. Your journal becomes a confidant, therapist, and guide. Through this self-care ritual, you embark on a journey of healing and empowerment. In a world of constant movement, journaling provides a haven for reflection. With every stroke of the pen, you paint a path to a healthier, happier you. If you're ready to experience the transformative magic of journaling, click the link in the description. Elevate your well-being, one word at a time. Grab your Metamorphic Fix manifestation journal today and set forth on a journey towards a brighter, healthier future. Your path to inner harmony and empowerment starts now, so grab your copy to improve your health through journaling.